Remember, client number 1 asked to join or create. The server in turn, it created this thread. Client number 2 came along and asked to join. In response, the server added this client to game 1. In doing so, the server accessed this database, and this is the part that I've annotated from before, is that it's added a game, in which case we add something, we add an entry to this database and we initialize the counter to 1. And in the second case, it added a client. Whether you use these methods or you condense this, it's not important, but I'm trying to show you that there's 2 cases where we're adding a game to this database, and in this case here what we're simply doing is we're incrementing the counter. In the main cycle of the game, so ignoring all this kind of the connection phase, what about the game phase? It gets a word from a database. It then sends that word over to the client. In response, 4.3, the client sends back its guess, the word associated with that. In response to that, the thread 4.4 puts that word into an associative database, I assume, where you associate the word that was sent with the response. This database here is being marked synchronized because game 1 and game 2 are using the same database to extract the words and put responses in. The final thing that we didn't cover last time is that the client may want to quit playing at some point. So this is a scenario here that I've called 5.1. So the client at some point says quit. So the game accesses the database to remove the client. See, 5.2. The removing of the client will decrement the number of players in a game, or in the case of 1, it'll decrement to 0, in which case the game will be deleted and this thread can delete itself.